Have you noticed this lately? You look at any new car, and it's just covered in cameras. They're in the bumpers, the mirrors, tucked behind the windshield. It's like our cars are growing eyes. But these little lenses are doing way more than just helping you park. They are the heart of a quiet revolution, a multi-billion-dollar industry that's totally changing how our cars see the world. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on this whole thing.
Right? I mean, it's a fair question. Why the sudden explosion of cameras? Is it all just for a better parking view, or is there something bigger going on here? Well, the answer is yes. It's about safety, it's about convenience, and it's about a huge technological shift that's redefining what a car can do.
So, let's get on the same page. At its core, an automotive camera isn't just, a simple webcam bolted onto a car. Think of it as a critical sensor. It's a digital eye that is constantly feeding information to your car's brain, all to make driving safer and honestly a whole lot easier. And these little sensors, they are a very, very big deal.
And when I say a big deal, I mean it. The scale of this market might actually surprise you. This isn't some niche feature for super high-end luxury cars anymore. Oh no, this is a massive global industry. Let's take a look at the numbers.
Get this. In 2025 alone, we're looking at a market for these cameras that's worth a staggering $10.8 billion. That is a huge number. But as impressive as that is, it's not even the most interesting part. The real story is where it's going. By 2034, that number is expected to more than double, hitting nearly $25 billion. You're talking about a growth rate of over 9% every single year. So yeah, this technology isn't just sticking around, it's absolutely exploding.
Okay, so a multi-billion-dollar market. That's wild. But what's actually in that market? What kinds of cameras are we talking about here? And what in the world are they all doing to fuel that incredible growth?
Now, you might think the coolest, most futuristic camera would be at the top, but you'd be surprised. The humble rear-view camera, the one we all know, still absolutely dominates the market and makes up over a third of the entire industry. A big reason for that is simple. Safety regulations in a lot of countries now say every new car has to have one.
So what are all these cameras for? Well, the number one reason, making up almost half the entire market, is for something called ADAS. That stands for Advanced Driver Assistance Systems. And if your car does things that feel a little bit like magic, like helping you stay in your lane or automatically braking to avoid an accident, yep, that's ADAS at work, powered by these cameras.
So we've established the market is huge, and it's driven by these incredible safety systems. But what's the real force pushing this tech into basically every new car that rolls off the line? It really all comes down to a powerful 1-2 punch. It's that classic push and pull situation. On one side, you have us, the customers, walking into dealerships and saying, hey, I want the car with automatic emergency braking. That's the pull. And on the other side, you have government stepping in and saying, you know what? Rear-view cameras are so important, they're now mandatory. That's the push. Together, those two things are creating an unstoppable engine for growth.
But here's where the story gets really, really interesting. This isn't just about adding more and more cameras to a car. The real transformation, the thing that is changing the entire game, is what's happening inside those cameras. We're talking about the rise of artificial intelligence.
So how does an AI camera actually think? Well, it's kind of like a three-step dance. First, the camera just captures everything it sees, a constant video stream. Step 2, an onboard AI chip analyzes that data instantly. It's not just seeing a person, it's recognizing they're a pedestrian and predicting, they look like they might step into the street. And finally, step 3, the car's brain uses that analysis to make a split-second decision. Slam on the brakes, nudge the steering, sound an alert. It is a total game changer.
Now, with this kind of explosive growth and mind-blowing tech, you have to figure there are going to be some bumps in the road, right? And of course there are. But while people talk about data privacy or how well the cameras work in a snowstorm, the single biggest challenge right now is actually a lot more basic.
Yep, it's the price tag, plain and simple. This technology is absolutely incredible, but it is not cheap. And that creates a pretty big hurdle for getting it into every single car on the road. And that cost factor hits you in a few ways. You know those super cool 360-degree surround view systems? They add a serious chunk of change to the car's final price. In markets where every dollar counts, that can be a deal breaker. And let's not forget maintenance. If a rock flies up and cracks that high-tech camera embedded in your windshield, yeah, that repair bill is going to be a little steep.
But even with those cost challenges, the road ahead looks unbelievably exciting. In fact, two of the absolute biggest trends in the entire auto industry are about to make these smart cameras more essential than ever before.
First up, the big one. The dream of fully autonomous, self-driving cars. Those vehicles will need an entire fleet of high-performance cameras just to see and understand the world around them. They'll be the primary sense. And second, there's the electric vehicle boom. EV makers love to pack their cars with the latest tech, using cameras for everything from futuristic digital side mirrors to just making the whole driving experience feel sleeker and more modern.
And that kind of brings us to this one final big idea. These cameras aren't just passive little gadgets recording video anymore. They are active observers. They're analyzing, predicting, and making decisions in real time. They're turning our cars from simple machines into our intelligent co-pilots. So the question we're left with is this: as this technology gets more and more powerful, who's really in the driver's seat?